Get to the chopper!
Hello and welcome to another show of Get to the Chopper. I'm joined by a man that's packed a bit of a punch off the bench since joining us, last month. Morgan McWhirter, mate. Thanks for coming along and being a part of the show.
Thanks for having me. Keen to be on here.
I reckon those cameos off the bench, I reckon we're going to get a good one from you today here on the show. No pressure.
Yeah, I try my best.
Now, mate, that was your, debut for the club a couple of weeks ago, but not quite a debut for the Townsville Many Blackhawks. You've been here before playing for junior grades?
Yeah, I was here 2020. I played here in the COVID disrupted year. I played one game of 20s here. I originally signed with the Cowboys and got assigned to play under 20s here, and then end up getting assigned to play for Mackay. So I've had a bit of a long journey. Since I was here, I played 2 seasons at Mackay when I was at Cowboys, and then after my contract ended there, I went back closer to home and was at the North Sydney Bears last season, and then unfortunately got injured and didn't get to play any of last year. So, I was on holidays and got a call from the Falcons and decided to do pre-season there and play the first bit, and then just due to circumstances, thought I'd try and come a bit closer to some good mates and be back where it all started.
Yeah, so you obviously liked being here in North Queensland?
Yeah, got a good crew of mates here and it's a good place to play, a great club to be at.
So what happened? Terry approached you, you approached the club, or it just sort of worked out well? Or?
I approached Butsy, actually. I came up here and from Margaritaville, actually, one of the Margaritavilles, to see some friends, and I approached Butsy and he spoke that they were looking for a front row, so I gave him a ring and within 2 days I was a Black Hawk.
Yeah. See, those Margaritavilles, they're not all just partying, there's actually some networking going on. So obviously you've packed up, you've come pretty much, I think, within a couple of days of actually signing, you were in that team ready to go against Redcliffe.
Yeah.
How was, I guess, the debut for the club and how are you sort of fitting in now?
Yeah, the debut was a little bit unexpected. When I spoke to Terry, he did mention that I wasn't going to step straight in, which I was sort of understanding, and then I think Foose got an injury and then it opened up a spot and tried to grab it with both hands. I had an okay game and then it's just gone from there. I feel like I've been playing some pretty good footy and we've got a team here we can really do some damage to the comp, I reckon.
Yeah. Now you mentioned front row. When people have a look at you, they probably wouldn't look big front row, but you're sort of like a Ganger. You like that position. You like to sort of break through the line.
Yeah, well, my body's changed a lot in the last sort of 12 months. You wouldn't have thought I'd play any other position this time last year. I've lost quite a bit of weight and stuff, so yeah, but I love it. It's the best. Like, I like playing a bit of back row here and there, but front row is where I've played majority of my footy and I love it.
So you feel fitter and better in this shape in the front row? Or?
Yeah, 100%. No more cheeseburgers for me. I don't want to go back.
Talk us through it, mate. When Terry signed you, he said we need a front row. What was the message? What does he want out of you?
I think he just wants me to play my natural game. Like, I'm pretty aggressive on the field and like to take hard runs and try and put big hits on, so I just try my best to assert myself when I get in the game and hopefully either change the game or keep the game going if we're going well. Yeah,
well, as I said at the start, I wasn't just pumping up your tides. You've definitely made an impact off the bench, but is that where you want to come from? Are you sort of relishing that role, or do you want to start, or are you happy doing what you're doing at the moment?
Oh, obviously, starting is the pinnacle. Like, I'm happy to do whatever role for the team. If I get the opportunity to start, I'll take it with both hands. But Brownie and Jimmy and Cato, who have been rotating through that start, and even Richie, they've done great jobs. So I'm just happy doing whatever's the best.
And just as a young front rower, you get someone like Jimmy Tamu in the team who's done it all. How good is that for you just to learn off the experience he has and things like that?
Yeah, it's the best ever. It's so good having someone like him around. He's such a good leader, and growing up, I'm a New South Welshman, watching him pull on the Blues jersey. I used to love him so much, and getting to share a shed and being on the bench with him or even being on the field, it's the best thing ever. So, and he's already taught me a lot, and it's when I found out that he was here, that was a big tick on the list to get to play with someone like that.
Yeah, well, you mentioned you want to sort of have a bit more of an impact, have some more minutes, mate. You had a big role in the Sheds post-game. I saw you banging on the esky, beating the drum, holding the rhythm. How did you get to that spot?
Oh, my chair was just closest to the bin, and I thought I'd give it a whack. I was pretty excited. I thought going into the game on the weekend, we knew it was going to be a real tough battle, and the way we started, it looked like it could have been a long day for us, and some of the boys looked like they had heavy legs. We were giving away some pretty silly penalties, and they had a bit of a roll on, but I think once Jimmy and I got on, Jimmy sort of went on there and slowed everyone down, and then we just tried to do our job, and within, I think, the first 10 minutes we went bang, bang, and then, pretty much go 36 unanswered points. So just got to get into the rhythm of the game sometimes.
You must be pretty happy with how the team, like you said, sort of overcame that start, and then they managed to put on all those points with only conceding one more try.
Yeah, well, I was part of conceding that try, unfortunately, but yeah, it was just a little misread in defence. But yeah, we've felt in real good control. As I said, the best thing about this team that I haven't never really experienced playing at this level is having such a good core of senior guys like Hodjo and Jimmy and Butsy and Bridie and Foose. Like, there's such a good core, so we're always pretty calm. So I never really felt like the game got out of our hands. When I signed, that's the first thing that Butsy said. With the senior guys we've got here, we've got a really good group, and yeah, it's a great bunch of boys and it's easy to play with them.
Yeah, well, we are starting to sort of move our way up the ladder now. Still haven't had a bye. We've actually got one next. But before that, we take on the Tigers. We're actually fresh off the bye. But if we play the way we played on the weekend, you're pretty confident we can head into the bye on the back of back-to-back wins, which we haven't done at all this season.
Yeah, for sure. I've played against Tigers this year when I was at the Falcons, and I feel like we definitely have the team to do a job on them, despite the fact that they won the comp last year. But we haven't really been focusing on teams that much, so we've been versing. It's sort of about us. If we can stick in the grind with them, especially being up here, I think we've got the squad to do a job if we play the way we can.
You mentioned up here, home game, 5 o'clock kickoff again. Are you enjoying playing in front of this crowd? They're pretty rowdy.
Yeah, it's unreal. I had a yarn to some of the boys in the pen after the game. They come up to me and said they were loving some of my kickoff carries and that, so it makes you not want to run soft. The first thing he said to me, there better be no handbrake today, so I made sure that I didn't do any of that on the weekend.
Well, a man that's actually marking a milestone against the Tigers this weekend is Ratu. He's going to play his 50th Host Plus Cup game. His first one was actually against the Tigers, and we're going to hear from him now.
I didn't even know that I'm playing 50 games this weekend until Host Plus Cup notified me that I'm playing 50 games. Yeah, it's pretty exciting to play my 50 games for Cup with Blackhawks. Playing against the Tigers again. I debut round 4 2021 season against Brisbane Tigers, and my 50 games again against them, and it's also a home game. Yeah, just can't wait to repeat, and yeah, maybe get a try for the 50.
Yeah, it's good luck to our Fijian flyer Ratu. Hopefully he celebrates the occasion with a try and even more so with a win. Now, Morgan, we're going to talk a little bit of local league, and we've got plenty of Mendy Blackhawks squad members playing across the competition. Lockie Lurch scored for Brothers in their win over Norths, as did Josh Abbott against Souths for the Miners in Charters Towers, but the Bulls remain undefeated after beating their hosts, while Dudley Dottai was pretty destructive for the Burdekin on the edge. He had this try assist as the Roosters racked up plenty of points against Centrals. All 8 teams will hit the field this weekend. The Roosters remain in Ayr and will play Norths. The Tigers take on Herbert River. Souths and the Miners meet again, this time in Townsville, and Brothers will battle the Western Lions on Sunday. Now, Morgan, that's pretty much us for the show. Thanks very much for coming along. I think you did a pretty good job.
Unreal, thanks for having me.
All the best for the weekend. We'll see you here at the game, 5 p.m. kickoff. If we don't see you, we'll see you next week. Remember, you can stay up to date with all your latest Mendy Blackhawks news and information by jumping on the website, jumping on our social media pages, and following the team. See you next time.